Hello, everybody. Currently, this is not the first time I've screwed up something, but oh crap, this is came to me as a last-minute surprise. I'll go ahead and get the stream as prepared as I can, but apologies about running late. ATVO is currently being awfully weird, freezing up on me and stuff, but I'm currently having ATVO issues, so we're not going to broadcast with overlay currently, but as of right now, we'll go ahead and dive deep into what we have right in front of our screen. As ATVO updates and such, honestly, I probably have to reinstall ATVO, but clearly the last thing I want to do is just keep it at a standstill. But for right now, ATVO is having problems. Yeah, we'll go ahead and dive deep into it and get ourselves started. Unfortunately, as I said, ATVO is still updating and stuff. I'll try to get that fixed ASAP, but for right now, we have to deal with what we have, because ATVO doesn't even want to load up or anything. I'll probably have to reinstall it, maybe during mid-broadcast. But right now,
Good luck, everyone.
So looks like Zach Nichols, John Furness, Kyle Smalley, Vince Marsh, Carl Hanworth lead the field off to the green flag. Get herself to the side. ATVO is having some major issues right now. You're going to see a lot of pop-ups during this beginning portion of the broadcast, but as we get set for the green flag, let's go racing here for, I think, 130 laps, a fairly long race, but the green flag is out, and we're up and away here for the final four. As is trouble already.
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
And right behind goes the 14 of Vince Marsh. There's more trouble. Oh, Carl Hanworth's in it. Wow, there's a lot of... My goodness, there's about 6 people that just piled up into turn number 1. I don't know if one of them involves a chaser or what, but man, that was a big wreck. And we're going to see what happened. It looks like as though well, of course, the 14 of Vince Marsh, first one to get sideways. Carl Hanworth, the 14, might have clipped him on entry, but again, it's too close to really call it out. But oh, you see right there, yeah, that's contact. Looks like the 4 got into the 14, and I think Hanworth comes here as a chaser, as one of the final 4 contenders. And you see the front end damage on his machine. Also involved, you see the 16, I think that's Joshua Crane. Also involved, that's Alan Dobbs. The number 22, Kevin Foster. Looks like Tyler Logan is also in it as well. We'll get another replay of it. Right there, I think the 22 got into the 4 right after the wreck, and you see the big hits right behind. Unfortunate for all these drivers who pile up all into the mix. Man, number 5, not the 5, but the number 4 of Carl Hanworth with very, very early damage. That is super unfortunate. John Furness, it's Zach Nichols. People who are into the final 4. John Furness in the number 82. Is also in it. Man. Carl actually didn't make the final four. Carl was the first one out, so I guess, yeah, Carl. Apologies about that. Carl is not a chaser. One of the final four contendees. And finally, my ATVO does update, so we'll get on the overlays and go from there. Again, apologies about the very messy broadcast, but finally, there we go. Everybody is now, you know, as there is. The number 4 of Handwork, not a chaser, but up front, the number 44 of Zach Nichols will lead the field off to the restart. The pace car is in. Well, let's go racing back again at Homestead. Green flag is back out. So, got another wreck. This time involving the 48 of Matt Kemp. Around he went. Go ahead and take a look at what happened to that number 48. Picking himself into the corner. Fighting along, like Evan Rice in the 8. Oh, just slight tap, and fortunately, around he went. And it's very early wrecks. Great characteristic of the NFRL. Some people, all the people who were coming in here as a chaser, so was Zach Nichols, John Furness, Vince Marshall, Kyle Smalley. Smalley sits second. The person I'm looking forward on is that number 14 of Vince Marsh, first person to lap down. He's gonna get his lead lap. He's gonna get the lead lap. And not only that, he was involved in the first lap incident entering turn number 1. I thought he wasn't a chaser, one of the final 4 contendees, but he is. There he is taking his wave around, so that's great news for that 14 to put himself back on the lead lap very early. And of course that damage, don't know how hard it's going to affect that number 14, but something to look out for as we continue on with this this broadcast. Yeah, and these are all the people who made it into the final 4. Zach Nichols, John Furness, Vince Marsh, Kyle Smalley. Smalley sits in second place, Well, really the one who's trying to, I guess, play spoiler in this Final Four. The ones we're really eyeing up on is that number 44, Zach Nichols, and the number 82 of John Furness, both of them racking up multiple wins this season. And it's going to be against probably these two, but Smalley sits in second. Maybe Smalley might be a contender. The person who's sort of sitting outside of this 4-car championship is Vince Marsh in that number 14, unfortunately. For Marsh, of course, getting involved in that first lap incident is not what you want to see. Of course, a lot of damage on that machine. Won't be the same as the times he's logged it cleanly. It's scheduled to be a 134 lap race, but currently it's displaying 114 due to the probably when I started the oh no, it's recalculating on what ATVO is, you know, semi-doing. I don't really know what it's doing right now, honestly. It's probably trying to calculate how many laps we'll get in 2 hours. Currently a minute and 50 remaining in this race. All right, we'll hit it with the one to go this time by. All right, here we go. Getting set for our third restart already. This 130 lap event. Pace car scoots itself onto pit road. The green flag is out, and we're up and away. Zach Nichols is going to pick the outside lane for the restart. And he is looking to pull away. You see a bit of contact right behind. One car flying all the way to the inside of the 37, Charlton Milley. Lots of problems on that machine. They scoot themselves down the back straightaway. 44 of Zach Nichols is attempting to pull away from the 57 of Kyle Smalley. How about the number 61 of Kirk Marble? Of course, not in the championship hunt, but he scoots himself right up off the corner. And he wants to play a bit of spoiler. Make it hard for these chasers to run around the racetrack. I'm not expecting the groove to widen out because the current broken surface model. So these drivers are going to keep it to one lane, unfortunately. Nobody's going to be ambiguous to try up that safer barrier. So with this being the line, it's all that matters on how you're going to conserve tires with your throttle. There's only one lane around the racetrack. Here goes the 61, a Kirk Marble. He's going to flick it to the inside and pass for third. 61. Scoots himself up position. He started all the way up in 17th. Wow. Nice run for him. 57, Kyle Smalley hasn't let go of that number 44, Zach Nichols. Remember, this is for the Championship 4 spot. Both of these drivers are Championship 4 contenders. If the race were to finish right now, 44, Zach Nichols will come away as an NFRL Series NFRL Series champion. Of course, this is the first inaugural season. Just running a Championship Series format. And here we go. Smalley scoots himself to the inside, right into the corner. Smalley to the front. And the first lead change going to happen here on lap number 16. And it's Kyle Smalley in that number 57 who's going to take over the throne. That's Eric Royce in the number 72 who wants to make a bit of noise. He scoots himself to the inside, and that's the 61 of Kirk Marble. They scoot themselves right side by side. It's a matter of who's going to get the run up right up the corner. That inside line being a bit, being very strong. Number 72 will take a position forward, and now all eyes are on that number 57, Kyle Smalley, to scoot himself away. Lots of scrambling right behind. And for the top 5 spot, John Furness scoots himself into the second place, right in front of the 44 of Zach Nichols, and he's getting a bit getting attacked into one by the number 4 Handwork. Handwork gets shoved all the way to the white line, but now Smalley's attempting to pull away. Can't really do so. It seems like it doesn't have the pace to keep himself up front, but maybe clean air into a longer run may play into his favor. Out of the 72 of Eric Royce. He scoots himself into second place and now is chasing down your leader. Also, of course, you have to race clean, as cleanly as possible around that Championship 4. To get into them, they're obviously going to be PO'd. So you gotta, what you call it? Give him a bit of etiquette, I guess you could say. You have to race with them with a lot of respect. Royce is all over that 57. Of course, Royce in that number 72. Gunning here for the win. The 57 is Smalley. He has a car between himself and that number 82 of John Furness, but right now Eric Royce is gonna take over the lead, and he scoots himself to the front. How about that for that number 72? Hasn't picked up an NFRL Series win yet, as he scoots himself off the corner. Not only that, he has new tires under his machine. Well, number 72 making it worthy. Come on and bit. And you see there the pass for third place right behind the 61 of Kirk Marble. Scoots himself into second place. And now the battle for the Championship 4 is going to be for third. Smalley, Furness, and Nichols rounding out this area. Look at the block right there. The 82 shoving that 44 all the way to the low side, and that's going to allow Smalley to scoot himself away. Furness Even though those two are teammates. He's playing it very aggressively here in lap number 23 with his own teammate. The top 9 all within at least 2 seconds of each other. How about Presley Gilson in that number 19? He's having a strong run. He's up to 8th place. He wants to make something happen. Well, all our eyes is up front. That battle for the lead is heating up yet again. Look at the 61 of Kirk Marble. He's going to scoot to the backside of that number 72. He wants to retake the throne. Both of them oh so close to each other as they scoot themselves into 1 and 2. That time by, the gap between first and second, 0.1. Marble looking to scoot himself into first place, but right now this battle for third is heating up. And when the 57 and 82, Kyle Smalley and John Furness, if they get side by side, it's gonna allow the 44 Zach Nichols scoot up to the backside of these two, and he could probably make something off of that. Of course, the person who's not in touch of this of the other championship drivers, that's the number 14 of Vince Marsh, of course, involved in the early wreck. Fortunate for him, that damage is definitely showing to be a negative factor. Here we go, the battle for third. The battle for the lead is also heating up as well. The 57 of Kyle Smalley attempting to reel himself away. As you see, the 61 of Marble is going to scoot himself down low and attempt to run that low side of the racetrack. Can't really make something out of it, but you see the 72 get a bit tight. Right up off the corner into the inside, Kirk Marble. He's actually going to scoot himself in line rather than attempt to make the pass in 3. But as these two duke it out for the lead up front, you gotta keep in mind the people right behind who are battling out for a championship. The 57 of Kyle Smalley is attempting to reel himself away from that number 82 of John Furness and the 44 of Zach Nichols. Time by, we're gonna cross the start-finish line with a 100 laps remaining in the race. Marble on the outside. Royce is going to sneak it to the inside. And here comes the 57 of Smalley. He has really nowhere to go so right now, but as he scoots himself through the corner, he wants to peek to the bottom side of these two and might make it a 3-car battle, but that's going to allow the 82 to sneak up to the high side, and side by side, not even for the lead, but for the championship. The 57 of Smalley is going to scoot himself to the high side. That's the 82 of Furness. He's going to sneak himself to the inside. They're shuffling all over the place for this top 5 in this 61 and 72, even though they're battling it for the lead. Look at this, 3 wide all the way to the bottom of the racetrack. Smalley's going to shove it into the corner. But the 82 of Furness, seems as though Oh, he wanted to sneak himself to the high side, but he lost a lot of time doing that. Marbles shoves it into the corner to get ahead of that number 72 Royce. Smalley is clear, but he doesn't out-track it to the outside wall. He cuts off down the 82 on the straightaway. They're side by side. Oh! So close! Oh! Contact! And the 57 of Smalley gets booted up the racetrack. Our new championship leader is that number 82, John Furness. Wow!
Sponsors on them.
Oops, that's iRacing. Oh, what you call it? iRacing is broadcasting the Coca-Cola race right now. My friend just sent me a link to it. On broadcasting. Got better things to worry about here. This top 4 are all within half a second of each other. The 57 of Kyle Smalley, of course, now has a bit of damage on his machine. I wouldn't say it's too significant, but you know, it's enough to put him off pace. So this top 4, of course, he getting shoved up the racetrack. He's gonna have to make up a lot of time. Maybe he has the option to short pit. Going on to our first pit stop, which will be around, I think, lap 60-ish. Is when our first pit stop will happen. All our eyes for right now is on third place. This is the closest battle on the racetrack, and this is the 82, John Furness. 44 of Zach Nichols. These two are going to duke it out. Again, it's whoever finishes in front will get the championship. And here comes the 44 of Zach Nichols. He's going to scoot his nose to the inside of that number 82. Drive it deep into the corner. The 82 wants to get a wider arc on in. Slide job in the middle of the corner. And the 44 is now your new championship 4. And he scoots himself in front of that number 82, John Furness. Furness could go ahead and maybe fight back and shove a nose to the inside, but that seems as though that 82 Furness is falling off a bit on this run. Might be saving a bit of tires, since, of course, there's a lot of laps remaining in this race. As of right now, they scoot themselves into 3 and 4. Furness has the upper edge on that number 82. And our eyes are now on the battle of the lead. Eric Royce, this is probably one of the... Of course, this is his last chance to pick up an NFRL series, Berserker series win. This is his best shot. Right now, that number 61 of Kirk Marble, I think he's picked up a win. I don't think he has either. Kirk, he has never picked up a win. I just looked at the Dan Lisa. He's never been in NFRL victory lane. And he's trying to make the best of his opportunity to put himself ahead At number 72, Eric Royce. Make something happen. Man, a lot of smoke. Might have been Tyler Logan. One in trouble. No, looks like Charlton Milley. Oh, wow, that was a big wreck. Milley, oh, man, I cannot believe that was not a caution. Got into the 18. Pete Gilson. Milley scoots himself off the racetrack. Pete Gilson. So I was in the middle of the straightaway. I don't know what that number 37 was. I don't know if he had a problem or something like that, but unfortunately, it's going to cost him a lot. And here we go for the lead. 61 of Kirk Marble is attempting to hold off. That number 72, of course, the battle right behind for third. The 44 is attempting to hold off that number 82. Only 195 laps. We're only 66 miles into the race. Not 195 laps, 195 miles. So, 129 miles to go. It'll be 127 and a half miles once they do cross the wire. That 72, Royce is going to shove his nose into the corner. Scares that 61. Just a slight. Scoots him up the track. Just by the moment, but... Oh! Top four now regrouping. Of course, the 57, Smalley, he's not a factor into this battle for the lead, nor battle for the championship. Currently, the 44 of Zach Nichols leads the championship 4. Whoa, the 61 of Marble slipped up a bit. Here comes Royce to the inside. He's going to retake the lead, trying to drag the 44 of Zach Nichols with him. Zach will clear that 61 off the corner, but the battle for third is going to slow up that 82 of Furnace as he scoot themselves right up off the corner. He's going to lose a lot of time, actually. No, it looks like the 61 of Marble is just going to let him by. Whoa, that's close. And for the lead, the 44, Zach Nichols, puts himself up top. The 72 is sandwiched by some championship cars. If I were Eric, it's either I'm in the lead. I mean, You want to be in the lead, but you don't want to disrupt the flow of that championship 4. Royce is probably going to give a 44 a run for his money just to keep up top, but right now, at 44, Zach Nichols says otherwise. Right behind him, he has the number 82, John Furness, also sneaking up into the mix. Kirk Marble, even though he let this championship, these championship cars by, hasn't let go of the top 3. Oh, he slipped off the corner, real loose right up off. Great save by that number 61 of Kirk Marble to keep himself in you know, nice, a good position as of right now, but only 7 cars on the lead lap. Vince Marsh has actually recently pitted just a couple laps ago. At 14 has been in and out. All the drivers who were 1 lap down have pitted within the last 5 laps. So maybe you want to go ahead and put yourself on a pit road very early. Speaking of people who have just hit pit road, the 57 of Kyle Smalley, he just hit pit road recently. And he's in and out. If I were this top 3, I would hit pit road right around now, so you can get a jump on whoever, on all these other drivers. So even though it's gonna play bad in the long run, you got to keep yourself within those leaders to have a chance at the win. And for Smalley's case, a chance for the championship. That number 57 came on pit road 5th place. Only a matter of time before time starts running out. We're only 77 laps to go. Maybe Zach, he's trying to stretch it to a 1 stop. Hence why he's staying out on the racetrack, as well as Furness. But this top 2 is littered all over each other. They might make something. Gun for the lead currently in what is the championship spot. All our eyes are going to be on this lead. But right now, you see Jared DeHetre, at number 24. Lap car, unfortunately. He's now might even go 2 laps down, but fairly slow on the racetrack. You see the scramble right behind. I don't know what's going on with the 24. It scared out the 72 of Eric Royce. And the not the 27, it was 57 of Kyle Smalley. Also took evasive maneuvers. We're going to see what happened. They screwed themselves right up off the corner. It looks like, oh man. Oh, you see some contact there with the 24 and the 72. 24 Jared Heatre was just in the way of that number 72, and unfortunately, yeah, I just guess a bit of miscue right there. And that lead is now gapped all the way to 2.5 seconds. Now onto pit road goes that number 44. Of Zach Nichols. And off of pit road he goes. That number 44 is Zach Nichols, currently 1 lap down. I'm expecting that number 72, Eric Royce, hit pit road soon. Zach having a huge blinking issues. And you see there, the 82, John Furness, is now in front of that number 44 of Zach Nichols. 72, Eric Royce is going to be playing a bit of a blockade to this championship, to these championship drivers. Furness shoves himself into the corner to keep in front of that 44. Eric Royce, Connor Crichton, they've yet to hit pit road. They could maybe stretch it all the way to halfway and make it with just 1 stop, but because the rest of the field had to hit pit road earlier because they stayed out. Venture to see how this will play out. Well, that number 44 and 82 and also the 72 of Eric Royce. Still in the lead as of right now. I'm going to take a bit of a commercial, not commercial break, but radio check. I'll be right back right after this. Apologies about that. An issue there, but we're back, and the 72 has just hit pit road, as well as Crichton. He hits pit road. They were deep into the run. And these two drivers right here, Carl Hanwork, Kyle Smalley. They hit it pit road very, very early. 21-18. Zach hit pit road 7 laps ago, and he's now sneaking up to the backside of these drivers. And there's only 12 cars out on the racetrack right now. Probably the least amount of drivers I've seen. The racetrack in a while. We still have 64 laps to go. We'll have at least one more pit stop left. Will these drivers attempt to maybe split the run in half? Drivers who came onto pit road this on around 1 lap ago maybe can make it all the way. Just one stop, but with just that lone stop, the 15 of Connor Crichton, the 72 of Eric Royce. I'm interested to see on where they're gonna pop out. And you see right there, the 44 of Zach Nichols has scooted himself in front of that number 4 of Carl Hanwork, and he is now on track to pull away from that number 82. John Furness. Furness now scooting himself to the inside of that 57 of Smalley. In terms of fuel situation, I don't think Zach can make it, nor I don't think Furness can make it either. Furness has 2 more laps versus that number 44's 10. Bid on lap number 10 last time by, so Furness has 2 more laps. He's logged on track. He just has to hit his marks because I'm not expecting a caution within these final 60 laps. Now Zach, last time by, he was hitting, he hit a 33.3 versus John Furness's 33.37, 33.30 for Zach last time by. I don't know, they're fairly even on speed. Other driver's gonna hit pit road, Pete Gilson. He's multiple laps down. I don't think it's a race changing move. Nobody on the lead lap has yet to pit, but the last time these people have pit, Ranges all the way to 30 laps to go to 9 laps to go. We got all sorts of strategies littered everywhere, so. Furnace is slowly falling back. That 44 is saving fuel. He's not. Oh man. Yeah, at this pace, we're not gonna get a caution. The person who's in a nice fuel situation is that number 72 of Eric Royce. Everybody else, Eric Royce and Connor Crichton, they're on the verge of going maybe one lap down though. Now it's just a time of silence. These drivers are all focused in. The gap is definitely lengthening between first and second place. Last time by, Zach, he hit a 33.5, now 33.69. Furnace, 33.88. There's third place at Kirk Marble. Gap's growing. Gap is definitely growing between these two. Smalley all the way back in 6th place. Maybe he has to pit one more time. I'll have to find out. I'm not sure. There's 12 cars on track. Let's just go through our field, see where everybody is standing as of right now. Zach Nichols, your current championship leader at number 44. He sits up front. Second place, it's Sean Furness in the 82. He's momentarily up there for that front spot, but it's fallen off ever since the round of green flag pit stops, pitted a bit earlier than that number 44. Kirk Marble, not a championship contender. Start all the way back in 17th. But is currently backed up in 3rd. Presley Gilson having a great run. Now in 4th place. Carl Handwork, of course, the big wreck on lap number 1. He was involved in. He currently sits 5th. Kyle Smalley, 6th place. And is a championship 4 car, so Smalley, he pitted 38 laps ago. Whoa. We don't even hear any noise from that number 72, Eric Royce. That number 72, maybe yeah, he's definitely saving fuel. So, Eric Royce, the person who pitted 22 laps ago, is banking for his tank to go all the way. And he has to. That means this whole top 5 have to pit at least one more time. Maybe this is that number 72's race of Eric Royce. Royce saving fuel. The person who's on the same strategy as him is that number 15 of Connor Crichton. Crichton is not saving fuel. So he's banking for maybe a caution or just one more pit stop. And he's duking it out with the number 83 of Kevin Foster. So maybe Royce could steal the victory as long as this thing stays green. He has to save at least 30. Yeah, he has to save for 30 laps. He's currently working on his 24th lap on the racetrack. Royce and Crichton. Crichton is saving fuel. So Crichton, he too is banking for a one-stop strategy. But he has to keep himself at that number 44, Zach Nichols. Because maybe if Zach does his pit stop, he might be in front of that number 15. You never know. He has to keep himself into a nice enough rhythm. He's saving a ton of fuel. It's probably the most amount of fuel I've ever heard anybody save. Crichton has to keep himself ahead of that number 44, Zach Nichols, to have a chance at the win. But it's a matter of when that number 44 will hit pit road. Will he cut the run in half? Or will he hit pit road late? It's all that matters on how this number of this 82 of John Furness. He's trying to fend off that number 61 of Kirk Marble. Look at Marble. He's dead sideways off the corner. What a save yet again for that number 61. Kirk Marble kicking it out dead sideways. One car hit pit road? I'm just hallucinating. Crichton gets lapped by that number 44. Again, Crichton trying to make it all the way around with just that lone stop. Crichton also has to worry about that number 72 of Eric Royce, who's way far ahead. And he's still saving fuel. Look at that. Just no sound in the middle of the corner. Very contrasting of these bulky engines. These loud engines to make silence through the corner. But that's what you have to do. Save fuel. Turn off that engine. Roll it around the racetrack. He has a huge gap over that 44 of Zach Nichols. Kirk Marble. He just hit pit road, so that number 61 scoots himself on in from third place. And is it the time for that number 82 of John Furness to hit pit road? Does he want to one-up that number 44 of Zach Nichols and hit pit road now to split this run in half? This is what 72 of Eric Royce does not really want to see. Is to see some cars pitting halfway. I mean, that's sort of what he wants to see, because he wants to see his car. He wants to see cars hit pit road. He has to see cars hit pit road for his strategy to work. Royce now sits in third place, and Vince Marsh, you see right there, unfortunately for him, I'm pretty sure he's going to be eliminated from championship contention, because he's now 2 laps down. Only 3 cars on the lead lap as of right now. There he is. On to pit road goes the 44 of Zach Nichols, and the 82 of Furness will stay himself out onto the racetrack. This is going to be the money stop for the 44. He scoots himself on in slowly, 4 tires for that machine, and fill it up with Sunoco fuel, and his final stop of the season will be done for after he slaps on those left side tires. Off he goes. Here comes the 82 of Furness. He too is going to hit pit road this time by. And he's going to slap on 4 tires. in his final pit stop of the season. Will be done, and he is in and out. And the person we're watching out for, that number 72 of Eric Royce, the one who's trying to save as much fuel as he can, has now shuffled himself up front. Kirk Marble in that number 61 machine. He pitted 5 laps ago. If I were Eric, I'd start to push, because the 61 is with 2 tires, actually. A 2-tire call for that number 61. Very interesting call for that number 61 of Kirk Marble to put himself in front of that number 44 of Zach Nichols. And you see there, Connor Crichton. He too was trying to save fuel and attempting to make a one-stop strategy. Unfortunate for him. He's now backed up. I'm pretty sure that number 15, his strategy is not going to work. He's gonna have to hit pit road soon. But right now, all eyes are on this number 72 of Eric Royce. He has a 6-second gap over this leader. I mean, over the second place. That number 61 of Kirk Marble. He's still trying to save as much fuel as he can. The gap is now down to 4 seconds between these two. And that number 44 of Zach Nichols, he slapped on 4 tires last time by versus that number 61's 2. He's going to pass him for 2nd place. They go side by side into turns number 1. That's, I think, Pete Gilson moving out of the way of those 2 drivers. Zach has now pulled himself ahead. That's 61, and you see there, the 72 of Eric Royce. All eyes are on him to keep ahead of that number 44 of Zach Nichols. But of course, 4 tires on that machine. There's definitely going to be some speed under that 44. He might have a chance at the win, but we'll have to find out. If the 72 saved enough fuel. Championship 4, Zach Nichols. He runs all the way in 2nd place. If he finishes there, he's going to be an NFRL Berserker Series champion. The 82, there he is, John Furness, sitting 2nd. Oh, he might have snagged the wall right up off the corner. He started in 2nd place, now is down to 5th. Has a long ways to go, and I don't think it's going to be enough unless he catches a caution. Because Zach Nichols' race to lose. The 57 of Kyle Smalley, running 3rd in the championship right now. And of course, unfortunate for that number 14 of Vince Marsh. Was caught up in that 1st lap wreck. And is now 1 lap down in 10th. I did not even catch the swap for the lead. Apologies about that. Didn't even call it. The 44 is, I blinked, and the 44 of Zach Nichols has whipped by the 72. A bit of mic issues right now. Apologies about that, but Zach Nichols has passed that number 72 of Eric Royce, and Royce's race is now unfortunately probably down the drain. He could salvage out a top 5 and keep himself as much as ahead. All the other cars who pitted last time by, but unfortunately, Zach Nichols is now up front. Gonna be 17 laps remaining by the time this 44 crosses the stripe. Time by. It's 15 laps to go for Zach Nichols. Damn. It's been an amazing season for that number 44, Zach Nichols. He won at ISM just a couple weeks after, just a couple weeks before the. He's won multiple races this season. Came in here as the championship favorite. Right now he's up front, proving why he is. Look around the racetrack, this time by with now 12 laps remaining in the race. Lap number 44 of Zach has to do. Just hit his marks. He'll come home. An NFRL Berserker Series champion. The last, what you call it? The last championship we're gonna crown out in the NFRL series. And laps to go. see the big gap between first and third. 13 seconds separate Zach Nichols from that number 82 of John Furness. That's just, you know, what can you do? All our eyes are on that number 44, Zach Nichols. Wow, you see there the 61 of Kirk Marble. He goes one lap down. You see the rear end damage on that machine. It's all missing now, but fortunate for him, he's most likely going to come up away in 5th place unless the 57 of Smalley is going to catch him. 4 laps remaining for that number 44, Zach Nichols. Two laps to go. Zach drives himself into 1 and 2. Has been on the same line this whole entire race. 1 mark off the yellow. I mean, off the white, excuse me. This time by as he works himself into 3 and 4. No championship 4 cars in his mirror. He'll have to go all the way back to that number 82, John Furness, who's going to round himself out in 2nd place. White flag for that number 44, Zach Nichols. One more lap to the championship. What an amazing season for that number 44 of Zach Nichols. That man is unbelievable. He's gonna ride up against the safer barrier. The only time he'll do it. He works himself off of turn number 4. Checkered flag. Not only the win to that number 44, Zach Nichols is your champion here in the NFRL Berserker Series. Furness rounds himself out in second place. How about Presley Gilson? Works himself off of 4. Gonna come home in third place. Handwork in fourth. Smalley, unfortunately, one lap down, is gonna come home third in the championship standings. And Vince Marsh gonna come home in 8th. 4th in the championship standings. But there, right in front of your screen, your winner. And your champion. Zach's gonna burn it down on the front straightaway. Wow. Unbelievable. He came into the night as the championship favorite. And today, after this race, he just proved it. My goodness, what an absolute dominating performance by that number 44, Zach Nichols. Results are going to be shown on your screen. Zach, your champion. Amazing race for him. Everybody else in the field. We'll be right back right after this. Stay tuned, there's more to come. We go ahead and dive deep into interviews. No, let it go! Oh, Saunders back into the pack. Six sponsors. Donovan's in it. Sean English is in it. Oh my god, are you... Caution! No way! Or he's gonna dive bomb him. Here he goes. He's gonna try a bump. All the way to his bumper. Can he shove him? Can't do it. Dylan Ord is gonna win it here in Iowa. Bump and run! Oh, he's done it before!
Bump and run, the 61 to the inside. Can he make it work? He's got it.
Inside of the O2, he's sliding! Oh, Burrows is around! Oh, the wrecking right in front of him, that's Mokrin.
Jones is a great run on the high side.
Drive off the corner and...
They're gonna be side by side, this is gonna be a photo finish 3 wide off the wire, and that's the stripe, it's gonna be Ruggles! Oh my god, what a finish! Ace car's in. We're up and away. Green flag.
61, Dominic Howell.
Oh, he gets hooked! Oh my god! Hard into the wall! New track on the start finish line! Who comes out on top?
Dallas Mayan wins.
Dallas Mayan wins it! What? Make quick work of that number 9 of Eric Andrews. Andrews washes up the racetrack. Oh, what's going on? Oh, no! Oh! They're gonna be wrecking! That's the big one! Oh my god, Connor's involved! They're still wrecking! We're back here after the amazing Homestead race, after 130 laps of finale racing. We'll go ahead and drag into the booth our champion at number 44.
Knew that
Zach
was
Nichols. Oh, apologies about dragging you during mid-conversation. Apologies about that. But anyway, man. Wow. What? Obviously, during the mid-portion of the race, you were duking it out there with 2 championship cars, but fortunate for you, your pace here tonight just proved why you're a championship favorite. And you get it done here at Homestead, man. Congratulations on not only the win, but the championship. What does it mean to feel to be the first season 1 NFRL Berserker Series champion?
I mean, it feels pretty good. Yeah, it was fun battling it out with the top 4. Unfortunately, Vince got caught up in that lap 1 wreck, which is really sucks because it would have been fun racing it out with him. But yeah, I mean, it was a fun season. It was a blast. We got, I think, 6 wins under our belt for the first season. So yeah, it was a blast. This race was certainly fun since after those first couple cautions that went by, we just had a nice long green flag run, which I thought was going to be our good, but it looked like John was really fast on the long run. But unfortunately, he just got caught up with some lap cars after the first pit stop sequence.
Yeah, man, everything just played right into your favor. Of course, just clean air and such like that. How was the track out there tonight? It seemed like it just seemed to be one groove.
Yeah, it was most certainly one groove. You really wanted to be like a kind of like a groove right above the bottom. Yeah, it started off, the runs usually start off a little loose, and then it got tighter and tighter, which is kind of you'd expect that at Homestead. But yeah, it was a blast race. It was a really fun race.
Oh man, of course, your I think 7th or 6th win of the season, including this win here tonight. To cap it off with a win and the championship, how does it feel?
Yeah, it feels good. Yeah, I mean, it was fun racing with my teammate, John Furness, there at throughout the middle section of the race. Unfortunately, Matt Kemp, my other teammate that was in the race, got wrecked. But yeah, that's how she goes sometimes while racing. But yeah, it was pretty fun.
All right, man, 10-4. Congratulations on the win and the championship, man. Before we let you go, any sponsors you want to thank for this race and the season?
Yeah, I'd like to thank my teammates, John Furness, Matt Kemp, Morgan Baird, and there's a couple other, but one of my buddies keeps forgetting. They're telling me to name his company, R&B Car Company, man. He keeps telling me to say that. But yeah, I'd like to thank you for broadcasting, the league admins, the league sponsors, Butt Kicker, Crockett Creek Beef Jerky, Blaze Pizza, and I think Next Level Racing. I think that's all of them. And I don't know. I think that's about it. Oh, and my real life sponsors, Pro Fleet Transport and Paul's Cars Performance Sets.
All right, man. 10-4. Zach Nichols is going to round himself out on top after starting on the pole. We'll go ahead and see you coming on to the next season, man.
Yeah, thank you.
Number 44, we're going to go ahead and drag in that number 82, John Furness, into the booth, man. And John, you come home second, 1 position short of the championship. What is it like? What are the emotions after here tonight?
Well, not any good ones. Not a whole lot of fun. Wish we could have had a chance to race it out a little bit better, but things happen. It sucks. Well, I guess we'll try again next season. But congrats to Zach. He had a great run tonight, and we had a good season.
Yeah, definitely, man. I don't even know how many wins you stacked up this season. It was either 5 or 6, but how can you reflect on the season as a whole? Of course, with multiple wins and coming home second here tonight.
Yeah, the season as a whole was a good one. A lot of, kind of like tonight's race, honestly. A lot of ups and downs, and you never really know what you're gonna get. But if you can put a whole clean race together, then chances are we were gonna end up in victory lane. We just didn't get that done tonight. Really pretty bummed, but it's all good. It was a fun season. I had fun.
Now, during that long green flag run, what made the difference versus you and Zach? Were you just caught up in a couple of lap cars, or was this car just set, I guess, go faster?
Well, we were actually pretty even through that first run, and then I came to pit road and I had 10 seconds of damage, and I don't know what from. I know I sent it on the 42 one time, and Zach said we net coded pretty hard, but I never had any incidents, and then I get 10 seconds of damage, and it made me on the second pit stop, even weirder, it made me take 4.5 of them before it would release me to pit road. And then I had an incident with a lapper getting in my way and putting me in the wall. And it kind of unraveled really bad after that first pit stop for us. So wish it could have went different, because I think Zach and I were pretty good at saving our tires and in it for the long haul. But it just didn't work out for us tonight.
All right, man. 10-4. Before I let you go, any sponsors you wanted to thank after tonight's race and the whole season?
Yeah, for sure. I want to thank you for broadcasting, and thank Matt and all the league admins for putting it on. It's been a lot of fun this year. I hope to do it again next year, maybe, or next season, maybe in the old cup car. I think that would be fun. Something where you got a little bit more passing opportunities. And then definitely want to thank Butt Kicker, Crockett Creek, Beef Jerky, Next Level Racing, and Blaze Pizza. And right now we're just looking forward to running RTP with Motorsport. So that's what we're going to be doing for the next few weeks here, and hopefully we'll be back for another season soon.
All right, man. 10-4. John Furnish is going to round himself out second. After starting in second, we'll go ahead and see you coming on to your next season.
All right, thanks, man. Have a good one.
You too. All right, we'll go ahead and drag in that number 19 of Presley Gilson into the booth. And Presley, man, what a run you had! You started all the way from 15th, and you worked yourself into third. How about that car, man?
I just pretty much ran what I had, and I got to thank the 4 for taking out half the field early on and just putting me up in position early. Pit strategy kind of helped out too. I figured, everybody's going to be at least 2 gallons shy, so I figured on that last set I'd short pit and then short pit again. That way I had new tires for the whole run.
Yeah, definitely, man. A great strategy call there to round yourself out here in third place. Of course, that big wreck on lap number 1. What'd you see out of your windshield?
Cars going everywhere. I just pretty much locked it up and went low and did my best to avoid everything I could. It was just kind of like no crap moment. Let's hang on to it and just not die. That was pretty much about the end of that.
Oh, man, 10-4, and you round yourself out third here for tonight. I think your first ever time you finished up here in the top 3. For you to come out third here in the final race of the season, what was it like to be rounding yourself out in the top 5 in the finale?
Man, it feels good. I spent most of the season kind of taking it easy. I was racing on a Microsoft Sidewinder up until the end of January.
Oh, wow.
And so, I couldn't run with the guys that I'd like to. And I finally just picked up a G29. And, the first couple of races with that were kind of tough to adjust to. Now I'm starting to get it down. I feel like, this helps build a little momentum going into the next season.
Yeah, definitely, man. And coming on to the next season, I don't even know where you round out in points. I think
Back
you're
there.
toward the top 20 at least. But what can you take off of your first season here and apply it on to next?
We're just gonna push it a lot harder next season. By the time that starts up, like I said, I'll have a lot more seat time, a lot more experience. racing with a lot of guys that we now know how everybody races. I'll just be able to come in here and feel a lot more comfortable with what we're doing, and just carry that on and feel good about it.
All right, man. 10-4. Presley Gilson going to round himself out third after starting in 15th. Before we let you go, any sponsors want to thank here for tonight and the whole season?
Yeah, all the sponsors that, cover North Force, Butt Kicker, Crockett Creek, Next Level, anyone I'm missing. And then, of course, I appreciate Justin Walters giving me that Gilson Racing paint scheme. He's the one that painted that up. And that's pretty much it, man. And just happy Matt could put this on. Happy I can be along for the ride. Love it.
All right, man. 10-4. Presley Gilson going to round himself out third after starting in 15th. We'll go ahead and see you coming on to next season, man.
All right, appreciate it.
That was Presley Gilson, and with that being rounded out, congratulations to your winner of that number 44. Zach Nichols is going to round himself your champion after tonight. Before we go, we want to thank our sponsors who hopped on this whole entire season. We want to thank Next Level Racing. Founded in 2009, Next Level Racing is the world's leading simulation brand, revolutionizing its simulation with its industry product, leading product range. Check out all their products on nextlevelracing.com. Crockett Creek offers tasty jerky in several varieties that are uniquely flavored and deeply satisfying. I'm pretty sure they're all going away because, of course, the outbreak going on. You gotta grab yours ASAP. Take yours, grab yours at crockettcreek.com, or buy their products in your nearest grocery store. Use the code GIVEME20. Get a promo, all deals with Crockett Creek, as well as Butt Kicker. Use code NORSE20 to get 20% off on all Butt Kicker products. And attach it anywhere on the rig, and you're set to go. Butt Kicker, feel what you've been missing. With that being rounded out, my name is Zeke Reyes. Until next time, we will be back for some more NFRL Berserker Series racing. And it's been a fun one to broadcast this entire season. I'm interested to see on who's going to be coming up for the next season, who's going to be rising up throughout the ranks, and how this tire model and surface model will be out. Until then, so with that being said, congratulations to Zach Nichols on the championship, and we'll see ya next season.